Alrighty, what is up everybody? I am back with another day of Spyro gaming and I hope you guys are excited as I am always. The day today is November 12th, 2025 and I feel pretty good. I finally not updated, but bought a new Spyro disc, which is going to be coming in the mail soon. But for now we're going to keep playing on this little Skippy disc here, which at least doesn't have any dragon problems, knock on wood, but you know, I got a lot of wood to knock on, you know what I'm saying? Shit. Already going with the innuendos. What's up, Megan? Welcome. Holden, Igor, hey guys, welcome. Get some baby powder on my thumb here, and do some early game warm-up here. Head over to Dark Hollow. Hey, Rack Attack, where's the YouTube stream? Looks like it's working. What's up, Shawnee? Big shout out to earlier this morning, Anonymous buying. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Say bless you right now. That was a powerful sneeze. Felt great. Shout out to Anonymous for buying a Sunseed mug this morning. Thank you for that. Any Spyro 2 or 3 runs planned? Nope. What do you think about that? I'm hoping in the coming days that I can get a 120. That's my plan. And if not that, then at least have some good fun, no resets. Unfortunately, I am struggling to get this boost here, so this boost may be off the table today. Oh, that could have worked. There it is. Oh, still not getting it. Yeah, I might want to not go for the Artisan's boosts today. Let's head back over to this side of the level. Look at that. What's up, April? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I think the play is to not go for the Artisan's boosts today. Let's head over to Dry Canyon and see how I'm feeling about Task Route. I did nail down Task Route yesterday really nicely in that level, but I checked with Flazuki and I'm still like 3-ish seconds behind the community gold there. So definitely still some work to do, which makes sense because I did have about that much time in mistake. Like I need like a perfect execution of the Task Route to really save time with it. That's what it's looking like. There we go. Turn around, come back. What's up, bail you out? What's up, April? Hey, everybody. Probably going to get into runs relatively quick today. Today's my third day of, like, hopefully getting good runs. I mean, the last 2 days I've been grinding, I've gotten nothing but 122s and 121s. And I'm getting the feeling, I'm just getting this sense from the universe that that's going to start to scale back a little bit now. Where I'm gonna have to get humbled today, maybe, by some less than ideal runs. I'm just getting the feeling that that's gonna happen. I'm not saying that is gonna happen. I just have a feeling that that might happen. I'm hoping that runs are still good despite that, but as always, just gonna try to stay focused on the attitude and everything. So let's just do the a playthrough of this level, the Task Route, see how I'm doing with the boost, and then we'll get into some runs today. Who is down with that? Pretend like I got that. What's up, Tulu and Bemily? Oh, try to recover that. Not quite. You killed your fingertip meat? I'm sorry to hear that. If it's any consolidation, I smacked my shin with a skateboard today. I gave myself a nice shinner. I had a nice skate this morning despite that. Had a good time. Sometimes you need a good shinner to keep you alive. should have grabbed those guys. Yeah, I'm feeling like everything is pointing towards do like the normal routes in the early game today, because I'm asking for trouble going for this route. Even before getting to the hard part, that's what it's looking like. Let's see how this part goes. Ooh, that could have worked. What's up, Eric? How many gems are there on level 2? I don't know. The levels aren't numbered in this game. Alright, getting that boost. Try it a few more times. What's up, Gamozo? What's up, Lala? Lala. I'm getting it. I might stick with the task route today, even if I fuck it up a bit. Don't go that far forward. Just because it'll probably be more comfortable than trying to do the old route and fucking that up. Okay, let's go for the spinless jump over here. Maybe I should go non-task route. Yeah. It's looking like, not great. How's the morale? Yeah, I would say, well, I'll tell you this, I feel quite neutrally happy. I had a nice skate, you know, third day in a row actually of skateboarding in the morning, which has been really nice. I almost landed a tray flip today. Yeah, feeling really nice, feeling good on my skateboard today. I was joking earlier, I gave myself a little shinner. You can kind of see on my leg down there, it's a little red spot. So yeah. As for the in-game morale, I would say it's actually, it's not bad, but I think it's waning today. Last 2 days I've been grinding this game have been days, really good days of runs, really fresh, focused, hype days of runs. And, you know, that can only, I feel like that can only really last for so long when you're playing every day. That I feel like I'm starting to get on the sunset of that experience, and now like, and this has happened to me time and time before. It's like I'm getting good runs for a couple days, and then I'm like, then the expectations start getting higher, and then my runs start getting worse. So rather than being like, all right, let's get the 120 today, like it says in my Twitch title, I'm gonna just like expect that my runs are gonna be a little worse today, just for no reason. And I can kind of tell just by like the quality of the boosts and all that right now, so it's all good, you know. I just want to keep my attitude and expectations in check, and hopefully that reflects an overall good morale. What's up, Flying Cat? Welcome. Yeah, I might still go for this route today. What's up, Carlo? What's my take on longboarding? Like am I for or against it, you're asking? Gosh, people doing what they want on a board with wheels really pisses me off. You should ride a board with wheels the way I like riding a board with wheels. That's what I think. If your board with wheels doesn't match my preferred spec of board with wheels, then you're just a fake skater. Is that like the right attitude about skating? No, I don't longboard much myself. I don't have a longboard. I ride a what you might call a pool shape, like a 9.5 to 10 incher with like shaped tails and stuff. Good concave. So I ride something in between what you would call a longboard and a street deck. But I personally don't really. I'm not personally interested in like buying a longboard because a lot of them lack the ability to ollie, and I find that to be very useful, even just in regular travel and whatnot. There's nothing for me. There's nothing a longboard can do that my current skateboard can't. You know what I mean? But there are things that my current board can do that a longboard can't. You know what I mean? So that's my preference. But if you ride a longboard, that's great. Or if you do downhill skating, you know, or anything like that, like really hardcore shit like that, hey, props to you. Even if you're just some stoner that all you got is like an old Sector 9, you know, pre-made board from Zoomies, you know, like Zoomies. I say more power to you. Any skateboard is a skateboard I support, so go for it. I totally understand why more beginner skaters would prefer longboards. And I'll say this also, like on the other side of the coin, like I'm not really a fan of like purely like popsicle street decks with really hard wheels and like plasticky trucks and stuff. I'm really not a fan of those either. So that's what I say. My setup is like tries to combine the best of all those worlds. Soft, small wheels, indie trucks with a nice wide base on them, 149mm, bones reds, bearings, and a nice, you know, 9 to 10 inch shaped board with a good concave and a long wheelbase. So yeah, in my mind, that like combines the best things of like every type of skateboard. What's up, Flazuki? Thank you for the good luck. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, versatile. I have a pretty versatile setup, is what I would say. You talking about fruit boots? It's because like at skate parks, if you're riding rollerblades, it's like, you know, not so much anymore, but it's like, oh, it's you're gay. You're fruity, you know. So it's called fruit boots. In case I think you needed me to explain that for you. I'm not sure if you already realized that, but it sounded like you needed me to explain that for you. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. But yeah, rollerblading's cool. I don't know, it's not so popular. It kind of comes in and out. There's always like, if you go to a skate park like on a frequent basis, it feels like 1 out of every 5 times you go, there'll be like a single rollerblader that just fucking rips. Like a dude like in his like mid-30s that's just been at it for like ever since like they were a kid and just absolutely tearing up the bowls and stuff. Like, it's the same thing with the occasional BMXer or like the high echelon scooter kid growing up into a teenager. It's like you gotta respect it. Like all those disciplines have come so far, especially in a skate park environment, that like you can't just like hate on all. If you like hate on all of like BMXers or scooters or rollerbladers at the park, then you're kind of dumb for that, because there's like a really beautiful like side to that as well, to those disciplines. It's not like skateboarding's the only cool one, you know. But I could definitely understand being frustrated by like a gang of biker dudes or like a bunch of scooter kids just like kind of taking over the whole park and blocking everyone. But that's like less about the actual medium that they're riding and more about the etiquette at the park. I think I should do a run. Who's ready? Let's just fucking send it. Actually, I'm gonna go pee real quick while I set up here. I guess I'll just quit game. Since I'm on just a vanilla disc, I'll just quit game here. And yeah, I'll be right back. I'll also do some push-ups when I get back as well. put on the title screen here. No demo mode today. BRB. Alright, I'm back, and as I mentioned, we're gonna do some push-ups before runs here, as is tradition. So, actually, you know, I'm gonna, yeah, let's just do some push-ups. Here we go. Wish me luck. 20 big ones. Maybe 25? I've been doing 25 lately, so let's see if we can get up to that level. Here we go. Ooh, yeah, fuck. Alright. Woo! Alrighty, feeling buff. Alright, time for run number 1 of the day. Let's get it. 3, 2, 1, go. Excuse me. Downhill mountain biking. I'd actually would love to give that a try. Like on a ski slope, but like in the summer. I would like to try that. I do love snowboarding, so I would probably be right at home on the summer version of it. Ah, yeah. See how many nesters it takes us today. What's up, Chris Campbell? I'm doing all right. Doing pretty good today. Never mind. Yeah, I mean, I would not say I'm like I'm getting closer to world record. But right now, I think, after yesterday, I think now I'm like, on my best runs, I'm able to 120 now. Which is not world record. Still. I think I'm going to continue this run. Even though we're talking to our old friend here.
Then find the balloonist. He'll transport you to the next world.
Keep an eye on the wet canyons. Yeah, don't expect anything great today or anything.
Find dragons first.
But yeah, I really enjoyed getting that dry canyon relatively good yesterday. Still a few seconds off the community gold, which makes sense. I did have some movement errors in it. So in due time, we'll actually make that the fastest route. It is, like, routing-wise, the fastest route. It's just, you know, hard for a human to, like, It's a different thing. You know, it's always different in theory than in practice, right? And unlike, you know, a lot of other players like Schmokey and Galaxian lately, I've stuck to my full game runs instead of doing individual level grindage. So, it'll just take me a bit longer to get there, I think, when it comes to specific golds and whatnot. But yeah, so the last 2 days, I mentioned this during practice, but I'll kind of reiterate to those of you guys just getting here, welcome. The last 2 days, I've gotten nothing but 122s and 121s. In fact, I almost got a 120 yesterday. Usually when something like this happens, when I play like well for a couple days in a row, what ends up happening is I set my expectations kind of high for like the third or, you know, the following days. Like, okay, we're playing good now. Let's like keep that ball rolling. But that's a bad folly, like mental fallacy to fall into, because I can just tell you today, just based off of how I'm feeling, my energy levels and stuff, like I'm probably hopefully going to play pretty decently and definitely still able to 122 and 121. But I don't want to, like, expect it. In fact, I should expect that things are going to be on a more downward trend today. So, we'll see if that's the case or not, but I'm just trying to set my expectations really low, especially now where it's very easy to set them too high and get frustrated and stuff. So, all about the attitude, all about low expectations, and just having fun. So, I hope you guys are down with that. I'm going to just turn around here. I'm not feeling good about the boost here today after practice. I'm just gonna play it safe-ish. Thanks for the good lucks, guys. Okay, we're good. Should be fine. Ooh, come on. Let's not get too wound up here. Losing a few seconds. Is he gonna roar? Oh no, come on. Bad Dark Hollow, but I think I need to be humbled here in today's Artisans. I really do. I think this Artisans is probably not going to sub 1130, especially considering that Mester was not acquired. This is going to be like a 410 or something. Pretty bad. But we continue. There is about, remember, there is about 20 seconds of time save on these splits in Dry Canyon. So just keep it around there until then. And some of you guys may be wondering, am I playing against my new 121 splits from yesterday, which are better than my old ones? And you can see that I'm not. I'm playing against the old ones still because I just prefer playing against a weaker early game. Like, just like what I'm saying right now, I'm, you know, I may be plus 17, but like I can bring it back in Peacekeepers, you know, very confidently. Which gives me a reason to no reset more. Wow, this is crazy. This is insane. Fuck this game. Alright, now we're plus 20. Game insisted that I had to be plus 20 there. I've been consolidating my early game. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't even know what that means, but thank you. I mean, this early game's pretty bad. Like, let's not mince words about it. And that's okay. As I said, that is to be expected today. Why am I so curious? Are you asking the chat request person? Am I getting some sus questions that Megan's got to approve over here? Questions like, why aren't you going for world record? You know, stuff like that. Why aren't you trying? This run is bad, so like, why are you continuing? Like, you know, does not compute to the Pace Pal robot brain. Insta? Insta what? Instagram? I do have one, but I don't post on it. Why are you cute? Because you're cute. Oh man. Not my finest artisans. Anyone who says that... Yeah, I'm just joking around. No one's saying that right now. It is all good. He's asking for yours? Bro, are you hitting on Megan? Like, just straight, just flat out, Breaky. Are you attracted to Megan? I think she has a fiancé. Trying to get Megan's Instagram? You don't solicit someone's Instagram in a Twitch chat unless you're hitting on them, right? Isn't that how that works? Hey, it's all good, man. I'm just pulling your chain. You're good. You are? Well, too bad for you. You picked the wrong person. Point your horniness elsewhere, my friend. Oh god. '14th anniversary, that's super cute, Megan. Congrats. Whoa. Let go of charge at the wrong time there. Go cry, you balding man. Who, me? Are you talking to me, or what's going on, Breaky? You need to calm down. I think you're just joking around, but let's calm down here. Bald is beautiful, alright? Let's calm down here. Yesterday was Skyrim Day? What does that even mean? Like, do we celebrate Skyrim for just existing? Or like, I don't understand how that works. I mean, I'm down. I liked Skyrim. I mean, that game shaped my high school life for sure. Many of days playing hooky from class, playing that shit. Oh god. Almost clean. Alright, saving some time back. 11, 11, 11, nice. Is that today? 11, 11, 11? No, today's 11, 11, 25. 11, 11, 11, 11, 11. No, I'm not going for that. I know I'm not gonna hit that. Not today. I can barely hit that boost on a good day. $11.43. You know, for being a very subpar artisans without Nestor skip, I will fucking take it, dude. This is like the kind of artisans I was getting when I first came back with Nestor skip. So, 11.43. You know, I've seen worse without Nestor skip, especially. Now, the question is, can we get a good dry canyon to get back into the green? And I'm still on the fence about whether I want to do, what's it called, task route or not. Like, I kind of wanted to in practice today. The boost wasn't that bad. So I think I will go for it, but there's a high likelihood that I will fuck up a little bit. My little boo thing. Breaky, this will be your last warning. If you don't calm down with the horny, we will ban you. Nothing wrong with being horny. You're just taking it. You're just taking it a little far. When you're making me feel weird, that's how you know that you're a fucking serial woman uncomfortabler at the bar. That's how you know. Yeah, the vibe is rancid from you, Breaky. I gotta be honest. It's all good. No, I'm not upset. I ain't worried. 2 bits. Serial woman uncomfortabler. Yeah, that's the only way I can describe it. Poop. This guy says poop. I call this one the poop loop. Poop. We'll see if the rest of this level is a poop loop. Oh, that could have worked. Oh, but the recovery was slick. Love that. I think I missed one of those reds. I hope not. I hope maybe my eyes are just deceiving me there. But I might have missed one of those reds. I'm just gonna take it to the end of the level, hoping that I didn't. I'll be careful exiting. No, we're good. Whew. Sigh of relief there. Very nice. Beautiful little gold there. Again, probably not a community gold. The level of, especially in the first half of the level, I was really not pushing the movement very hard. But that felt good. We are back in the green, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, too far away with that. Perfect recovery. Okay. Like, alright. That could have been worse. That was 1 second faster than yesterday. That's crazy. That seemed slower than yesterday. Crazy how different something can feel versus what it is. Yeah, definitely that community gold is cooking, but it's gonna need quite some time on the oven. I'm low and slow, you know? Oh my god, come on. Probably gonna lose a few. Actually, I had time save here, so if all works out, I'll probably break even here due to awkward time loss. Hold a live stream where I invite all the chat, like in person, you're saying? You know what's funny about that is I'm actually going to do something like that very soon. In December, I'm going to be holding the first ever California Spyro Summit featuring Saboom and Composer, maybe, if he gets back to me. If they get back to me, I should say. And, yeah. And everyone in the chat's invited. So. But yeah, renting out an Airbnb on the California coast, and I'm hoping to have as many gamers, you know, Spyro centered or not, show up as possible. Probably won't be that many of us there, but at worst it'll be a chill little small homie hang marathon stream, 2-day marathon stream. Maybe it'll be a party, who knows. But yeah, stay tuned on my channel on December 17th, whoops, and 18th. That'll probably be when the streams are happening. We're losing some more time here. Pretty sloppy work here. You're out on deployment. You know, I wasn't gonna invite you. Just based on... I was gonna kind of invite everyone except you, so that works out really nicely, actually. Kidding. Hey man, have a good deployment. Godspeed to you. Is the Airbnb expensive? What's expensive to you? It wasn't free. I'll tell you that much. This ain't you know, this ain't Holiday Inn or anything. You're in the other hemisphere? Nice. Enjoy the hemispheric action. $700 plus? That's actually a really great guess. I paid $770 for 4 nights. Which, and that's after like tax and everything. So yeah, split across like a couple dudes, like that's not a big, not a crazy. You know, again, it's not like free, it's not like cheap, but it's... could definitely do worse. For 4 nights especially, on the California coast, like, not bad. And I even DM'd the lady who runs the place, and I was like, hey, do you guys have like a... I was being like that guy that's like, do you guys have like an internet router or modem that I can plug into and not just Wi-Fi? She's like, yeah. I'm like, sweet. I'm like, I gotta do work. I got it. My job. I need high-speed internet. You know, like, sorry. Yeah, thanks for checking. Wee-woo outside. Wee-woo, wee-woo, wee-woo. I need that green. You have an unhinged question on behalf of another stream? On behalf of a dog, so Laura. Right? That took me a moment to connect those dots. Yeah, what's the question? I'm assuming it's gonna be like a joke question. Would a picture of me with big tits be allowed as a stream? I don't do, like, visual stream alerts. I just do sounds. So if you want to send me a funny, like, meme-ified sound of me going, like, or whatever, you know, like, that's fine, but I might add that as an alert. But don't get your hopes up. I'm not gonna, like, put up a big, like, you know, I'm not one of those streamers that does, like, a big, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you subbed, now here's like a 10-second like dance party on the stream or whatever. You know? So sorry. But if you just want to if you want to just Photoshop a picture of me with tits, I guess you can do that. Like, I'm not gonna stop you, but like, I'm not encouraging you to do that or anything. Like, I don't care. It's only slightly weird, champ, I would say. So whatever, live your life. That's what I say. You'll put it in my Discord. All right. Again, like, don't expect like me to be like laughing my ass off or anything. But yeah, live your life, Tiger. These splits are not comparing to yesterday. These are my old splits. My old 121. I just like these running against these splits more. What's up, Sephi? Great to see you. Is that a sub I hear? Forgot to turn my volume up. It's like whispering. I'll look in a moment. And thank you. Do that between levels, actually. Scurry with the Prime. Thank you for the good luck, Scurry. Great to see you. Hope you're doing well today. Uh-oh. This. Are you public enemy number? No, actually, no one really cares. Like, yes, you were sounding a bit creepy earlier, but it's not a big deal. Like, you're good. People really don't, like, care as much as you might think. I'm just here to play Spyro, personally. What's up, Bonnie? What's up, Coding? Thank you for the Prime. 5 months, appreciate it. No, absolute. Thank you, thank you. Alright, let me turn up this over here. Go. Now I can hear you guys a little better. Thank you again, Coding and Scurry, for the Primes. And if you're watching on YouTube and you have Amazon Prime, you can sub to me for free on Twitch to make the little sub count go up. Underneath my mic, please work. Okay, we got him. And once we hit 500 subs there, you'll see that I will do a playthrough of a bunch of cool custom Spyro fan levels from a game called Crisis in Chronalia, or Spaghetti Spyro, it's also referred to. So if you want to see some cool Spyro fan content, please feel free to drop a sub or gift or 5 on Twitch. And enjoy the run, no pressure. By the way, good to see you, Vonnie. Hope you're doing well today. Bonnie, I don't know if Zach hit you up about this, but like, I think Zach mentioned in passing like a month or two ago, like that we should do like a relay, a 337 relay. Me, you, and Zach, the record holders of the respective games. What do you think about that? A little relay race, a little back-to-back. See how fast a person could theoretically complete a 337% if they were world record level in every game. What's up, Cody? Thank you for the love. Yeah, we'll have to do a little Discord group or something, get that going. Obviously, there's no hurry with any of it. One of these days. No, that fucking sucks. I'm losing pretty much all my green for that. But hopefully I can at least hit the recovery supercharge here. I have to supercharge back in here and then turn around and come back out, basically. Not exactly good. Alright, see if the spider doesn't troll me here. No? That's good. No, I got trolled there. Whatever. So yeah, probably like 15-ish seconds lost from that. My guess. Hopefully I still have a little bit of green. On the splits. Removes. Hello. Oh my, hello. Sloppy ending. Okay, we're still about 10 seconds. We'll call that about 10 seconds ahead. Close enough. We're still in this. Will I be live tomorrow? Maybe. Probably. I'm planning on being live every day this week. Wow, that's so unlucky. I'm just getting fucked here in this Magic Crafters, unfortunately. There goes most of my green again. I mean, hey. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, get fucked, you know? That's why people don't do... In case you're wondering, like, why you don't see these routes very often, there you go, like... There's a reason why people wait till they're, like, top 5 level before they even go for that Magic Crafters cleanup. Supercharges. What's up, Divine? Yeah, I'm planning on being alive tomorrow. Yeah, that's all I can promise, really. But yeah, I'll probably be live with more runs tomorrow. Today I'm just... my plan is today I'm gonna do 2 runs and then just go offline. No RuneScape today. Because I gotta go get groceries. Sarah and I are gonna go out for Mexican food and groceries, basically. It's gonna be very cute. It's just like so unlucky, guys. Like, you know what I mean? It's not even that I'm like playing bad, it's just the game hates me right now. Sometimes that's just how it is in Magic Crafters. Sometimes the game just hates you. Lucky on that. Almost bonked it again. So yeah, we're gonna be well into the red here. Probably like 10 to 20 seconds behind if the rest of the level goes smoothly. Might have missed a blue there. I'm gonna be careful on this spot. I'm distracted by the Mexican food. I'm actually not very hungry right now. But I certainly will be by the end of the stream. I think I'm gonna get ceviche. And then Sarah and I might share like some fajitas or something. Now I'm distracted thinking of Mexican food. You had pickled cabbage on avocado. Dude, you just reminded me at when I get groceries, say I'm gonna get more red cabbage and pickle that shit up. Red cabbage and some hot peppers. Slap that shit in the pickle jar, you know? I need mason jars is what I need. I've been using like bullet blender, you know, jars. Which are like super fucking difficult to open when there's like pressure inside them. I agree, Joshua. I hope you're having a great day as well, and everyone else here in the chat. Thank you for the kind words I just read up above there. Yeah, guys. Happy fucking Wednesday. Wednesday, right? Hump day. I have been known to hump before. So yeah, how far behind are we? We are plus 12, yeah. Pretty understandable. Between High Caves and the end of Wizard Peak, we lost about 40 seconds. Which makes perfect sense. Like, if you don't get all of the supercharged strats exactly right, that's about right. It's an insane punish for, like, being barely off, but that is magic crap for you. They don't call it magic crap for nothing. Dragons Rule, thank you for the 19 months. Love the username, and happy Wednesday to you as well. A new record? You talk about in the flight level? When you beat the flight level, new record. Yeah, dude, I'm just getting records every day here. It may only flash for like a frame there, but it does say new record. I'd be getting a new record like 5 times every run, man. This is one of the speedruns. It's not a bad run. This isn't even like, okay, like cope mode, you know? Like, this can definitely still 121. Yeah, like the Magic Crafters was bad. Like, it definitely was closer to low 121 pace before High Caves, I'll give you that. But we're definitely not out of it yet. Oh my god. Definitely out of the cycle here, I'll tell you that much. I think I got the red. Yeah, I did. Just playing it safe there. What's up, Sferna? And Troy, thank you for the good lucks. You're gonna make cabbage rolls. Nice, enjoy. No, dude! I tried to flame, man. I swear to God, I tried to press circle there. That was just bad inputs by me. Alright, well, more time loss it is. I was hoping not to go into Beastmakers this far behind, but alas. I've only completely thrown the run here. It's fine. Now we're on cope mode. Whoever was like, this is one of the speedruns of all time, now you can type that. Am I ready for sailing? Yeah. I don't know how you could not be ready for it. But what do I have to do to get ready? I mean, just log in, right? Like... Like, I don't think you need any, like, prerequisite skills or anything, do you? Do I have a special affection for viewers who have been watching me for 5+? Even if it's, like a year or two, it feels like people who are around for that long have been here basically forever, you know? And, that is very special to me, of course. Goes without saying. The other day, I mean, it's really crazy because I've been streaming for over 10 years. Like, 11 or 12 years at this point. And, you know, you'll have moments where, like, last week, Craig just did his 100-month anniversary sub. And a couple days ago, we had 3 people do 4-year subs, or like their 48-month sub anniversary. So it's like, it's just surreal is like how I describe it. And yeah, it's very special that people have stuck around for that long. I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have stuck around for me for that long. So, thanks. And you know, I think another way, another side of that as well, I think that since we're talking about it, is that for any, like, one of those people that's been around for 2+ years, a year even or more, there's gonna be 5 or 10 people that, like, just come and go as well. You know, so you can't really get hung up on how long people stick around for, whether that's short or long, you know what I mean? There's like, that logic goes both ways. Like, you could be just as thankful for someone being around for a long time as you could be, sad that, you know, you're not retaining new viewers all the time. Like, but it's like a two-way street mentally, you know what I mean? As a streamer. So it's all, I let it all go in stride, personally. I try not to overthink things like this. Otherwise I will go crazy. But I am thankful nonetheless. We're about a cycle behind here. We should be able to catch this one. You know, all in all, you know, as like a concluding thought about that, about people watching for so long, it makes me feel really like, just proud that I've just been, that I haven't given up on this hobby for so long. You know, those viewers are just a reminder, you know, those long time resubs. And keep in mind, there's probably people that have been watching for years that aren't, like, you know, subbed, which is fine too. So it's like, shoutouts to them as well. It makes me feel really proud, thankful. Hey, you guys get the idea. I don't gotta belabor the point. You're inspired to do Spyro Speedruns? Well, good luck to you. Let me know if you have any questions. I have a beginner tutorial for this category on my channel. Just click on my YouTube channel and check the playlist tab. I also, thanks to the help from Tulu, I also added all of my PS2 Spyro casual playthroughs as a playlist on my YouTube channel as well. So if you are a fan of any, you know, I know there's a few of you guys, you know, Legend of Spyro or Hero's Tale or ETD fans. Feel free to check those out. Thanks for the good luck, Obungus. What up, what up? Oliver would reset. Who's Oliver? Was he a guy in the chat that I made fun of a while back? Waking up with wrinkles? That's like me, like, with, like, gray hairs. Oops. It's like, I'll look in the mirror, I'll be like, damn, I got a lot of gray hairs. No, I was, like, watching a clip the other day from, like, when I got partner on Twitch back in like 2021 or something. And like I was like freshly shaved at the time. I swear to God, I looked like a teenager or something. I looked so young. And of course no gray hairs or anything. So it's like I looked at myself like in the OBS window. I looked at myself in the webcam now with like a graying beard. One gray hair for every band pace pal, right? And me back then, you know, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. definitely a surreal moment. I think I missed the blue there. Classic those blues. Probably losing time here. I definitely get the feeling that we're going to be on a bit of a downward decline on the overall pace here. We'll see. Hopefully I don't stray too far away. Like, keep it under 30 seconds, I think, should be my goal here. This level did go really well on these splits, so even if I play well, I'll probably lose time at this point. Oh my god, just can't have anything, really. Understandable. Almost missed those guys. Well, thank you, Pablo. Come on. You don't like money bags? Money bugs? Money bags grew on me over the years. I used to hate them as a kid as well, and now as an adult I find them to be a funny caricature of capitalism. What's up, Macy? Thank you for the good luck. Like, as a kid, Moneybags was just like an annoying bear. Now as an adult, Moneybags is like a metaphor for like the Twitch and YouTube overlords that like take money out of the fucking generosity that you guys give me. It's like Moneybags is more real than any character in the entire series, you know? Metaphorically speaking. So I've grown to, you know, respect him, you could say. He's also just a really cute character model. Just a teddy bear with a monocle, I mean, hard not to like. Flaming Bag of Poop, thank you for the prime. Great username. Oh, go this way. I almost went the wrong way there. Has Nestor grown on me? Yeah, I guess so. Nestor's always been my friend. Same with Sparks. All these recurring characters that we could get frustrated at. You learn to love them after so much time. For all their shortcomings and frustrations. Do I think we'll get a new Spyro? No. Did Canadian Guy A send you? Be honest. I think Canadian Guy A has an army of people that just ask me that. Are you Canadian Guy A on an alt? Be honest. I'm just kidding. Welcome, Josh. I love you. Someone should make a YouTube video about Spyro 4. Well, speaking of Canadian Guy A... Is this chat about to devolve into people discussing, like, a new Spyro game now? That's good. I can just, like, not pay attention to chat now. That works out really nicely, actually. I should probably lock in for Metalhead anyways. I almost went into that vortex, by the way. That was very scary. Yeah, everyone talking about Spyro 4. We need CTR 2. I agree. Well, not exactly. I have some insider sources, and I don't want to show all my cards yet. But basically, my wife cheated on me. No, I'm kidding. But basically, I'm going to prison for domestic abuse. And, you know, I don't want to show all my cards yet, but based on what I saw at the precinct, Spyro 4 could be in the works. But I don't want to confirm it just yet. So, I'll give you guys an update from the jail cell. I'll let you guys know what the inmates here, the insider inmates, tell me. I'm going to prison for moonshine. Dude, Canadian guy A looks like the type of guy that would make his own moonshine. Which by the way, that's a compliment coming from my alcoholic ass. I fucking love homemade moonshine. Anytime you show up at a function and someone has homemade moonshine, that's how you know you're in America. In a fucking mason jar. Oh god. No, that missed the red? You're kidding. Okay, I think the backup here is to just, like, climb back up this right now. That sucks. We're gonna be, like, plus 30 now, for sure. If we're not already. That's crazy that missed the red. Haven't done that in ages. Wow, only losing 3 seconds. That was actually an impressive recovery. All things considered. Definitely not catching the cycle now. Well, we'll see if I really... Nope. No doubt. Guys, I don't think I'm catching the cycle. I don't know, maybe I'll catch up. Come on. Alright. Oh, we're totally catching this cycle here. I'm totally not a cycle behind right now. Twisted fucking psychopath. What's up, Humber? Yeah, first run of the day. A little, I would say a bit subpar for how I've been playing lately, but I went into today's grind knowing that I've been playing well recently and to not have my expectations too high. And that is working out really well, like attitude-wise for me. Usually when I play good for a couple days in a row, like I have been, I start thinking like, okay, let's play good for like a third or fourth day in a row, and that's when, that's usually when the anger and frustration starts. That shit isn't going my way, which it certainly has not on this run. Death row meal? I think they got rid of last meals. Yeah, those aren't a thing in like any American prison anymore. Or in any American death row. But if I did have a death row meal, I don't know what it would be. It would be hard to say what I would want to eat, like, in an environment of cold, desolate, concrete, solitude. You know, having been pre-exposed to bologna sandwiches and ramen noodle soups, if I even have the money for that. So, you know, my taste in food now would probably be very different from what my taste in a last meal would be in that environment. People don't really give that much consideration. You know, a lot of people would think of some like decadent, you know, big feast of some sort, fast food, you know, home cooking, whatever it may be. But I think when you're so like starved, like I've never really been at like a serious calorie deficit in my life. But in an environment like that, I imagine you would be. I imagine a much more humble meal of like an apple and, you know, some like fruit. Some fruit and like maybe a steak or something would be like all I would probably want, you know? Which is something I would normally not consider a full meal nowadays. Oh, but the prisons still do last meal requests for death row inmates? I did not know that. Now, I've watched a few videos about like the nature of last meals, like how they occur in reality and like, you know, what you know, famous last meals and stuff. I think a lot of times it kind of just boils down to an officer just going out and getting like fast food nearby, you know? Like obviously they're not gonna like honor like super ridiculous or like to a grocery store nearby, but they're not gonna like fucking cook like a beef Wellington for you or something, you know? Like, best case scenario, they might go pick up Chinese for you or something. Maybe get you, like, an apple from the store if you request it. That seems like the best case scenario, honestly. Which, honestly, like, a platter of like, fucking chow mein and beef broccoli, again, like, in that, like, starved environment would probably hit so hard. Just a big, greasy Chinese, American Chinese food meal. That'd probably hit super hard. Shit, I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. What's up, Orphan Annie? Arby's steak bites, you like them? I've seen a lot of negative. I've seen more negative reviews about them than positive. Like at best, people online are just like, eh, they're all right, you know. They need this. Oh wait, did I miss a gem up there? I'm going back up. Yeah, I did. Rip time. Now we're 30 seconds behind. Nice, beautiful wall glide there. Give me the red, please. Dude, do you see how the red is like hiding off camera? Like if you're not an experienced player, like you would definitely miss that. Like what the fuck? What's up, Waxy? Or just if you're not paying attention, it has nothing to do with experience. If you're just not paying attention, like these gems will just hide off screen. Do I know the speedrun category, collect all lives? Yeah, it's called all life chests. And, yeah, it's a miscellaneous category. Yeah, I have a life, that's good. Speaking of lives. I've never played it myself, though. I don't really play miscellaneous categories in this game. I mostly just stick to this one. So like, all life chests, 12 egg is another, 80 dragons, and then there's other variants of those categories with and without cheats. There's also all gems, aka true ending. So there's a few different like alternate run categories, miscellaneous categories, you could say, that people have run over the years. Rip that train. It's okay, I'll grab it later. Pause exit? Nah. After missing that train. Maybe if I'd have hit that train, I'd be more ballsy, but not at this point. Fuck it, I'm going for it. I'm going for the pause exit. I'm just gonna do it. Fuck it. Did I get it? Yes, I got it. Nice. And I saved a minute. No, I'm just kidding. That's a fake split. Imagine. 2-second time save, aka saving a minute and a half. Vortex means that you go through every end of level vortex, which there's one in most of the levels, like the return home vortex. Come on, Sparks. Oh my god. Wake up, Sparks. So slow. Sparks not on my side there. Where is it? Give me that. Shut up, Sparks. I will kill you. That's what Spyro's thinking for sure. Hello. Okay, since I took a moment on that, I'm gonna do the normal strat here. Smart. Oops. All right, pray for me. Supercharge time. Oops. Oh my god. Perfect movement. All right, here we go. No fucking way, bro. Come on. I get one more try. Last try. That's painful. I gotta say that's pretty painful. Losing probably a minute for that. That was crazy. The fucking missed supercharge on the first one and the second one barely not making the platform. That's about as close as you can get and not get it. I think I can go this way. Right. No, actually, that was not a smart way to go. Because now I have to get all these. We're just gonna clean up this whole shit backwards, I guess. This run is a wash now. I'm probably not gonna 122 anymore. It was, I would say it was a decent run. Like, decent enough run up to this point. Definitely, like, had a shot of, like, low 122, 121. I'm gonna just grab this life and these gems now. And do, like, the pussier supercharge. Okay, those fairies are already grabbed. I always forget whether they stay between level exits or not. You know what? I'll go for the turnaround just for practice. Yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted. Go for this. Nice. Nice. Just imagine if I'd have done that the first time. It would have been great. Oops. Careful. have a life again now. And we're good. I forgot I cleaned up that area. So yeah, that lost at least a minute there, I would say. So probably, I think at this point, maybe 123 pace we're looking at. We'll see once we exit Jock. Obviously, the splits are not accurate right now due to a different level order. Because I got the wall glide after Haunted Towers here. So still gotta do all of DP. Who here likes DP? Do I also play the other two Spyro games? I have done speedruns of the other two Spyro games. And if you would like me to answer any more questions, you're gonna have to sub. And thanks for watching, JB. Enjoy the stream. You've met your question quota for the day. Free questions. You've depleted your free question quota. I'll take it. Oh god. Oh god. Pointless roll there. I was trying to squeeze a roll in there somehow, you know. If I do first try Nestor on the next run, you'll gift it. Oh my god, what an offer. Pressure's on. Oh my god, can't miss it. At least I didn't recover it that badly this time. Definitely gotta practice that strat. Yeah, I should try like jump charge gliding over. That way I really guarantee the flame charge on the... Because what's been fucking me up is the initial glide over and flame charging the first box there. Top 5 most annoying tricks, very emotional. Well, thank you, Mr. Russian name. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I do appreciate that compliment. Oh. On, slow. Did I get everything down there? Looks like it. Come on. I'm ass. Thank you, Azur. That makes me feel better to hear. I don't have to earn these 10 gifts. I just gotta try my best. What's up, Hojo? Hope we're all well. Good luck. Thank you so much. Oh, wrong way. I love just being stuck down there. That's great. Anytime now. Pretty bad. I would say across this run, the general level of execution has been degrading. Like, it's one of those days where the longer I play, the worse my gameplay gets. Hopefully, run number 2 is an antithesis to that. be good on the life count. I was not expecting that bonk. Alright, well, almost less than 2 minutes behind. Technically still 123able. So let's see if we can have a strong Nasty's world to secure that. I do need to grab an extra life in Nasty's, which I think I'll grab midway through Cove. Anyways, shouts to everyone who's comfy lurking right now. I love you. Let's end this less than strong run strong. Hello, dude. Very sloppy. Yeah, grab this life. Ugh. And I have to do this as well. It's really fucking annoying. Dude! Come on, just hit it. Goodness gracious. But both of those first few barrels had to have been so close to hitting that. That's kind of insane. Make sure I got the right gem count. I didn't even notice. We're fine. Definitely losing some time there. But saving time on the splits, because these splits had a bad cove. Okay. so sloppy, man. Looking sloppier than your grandmother. No free sparks even. Okay, dude. Like, no sparks allowed. Jump charge that. Certainly not saving time here, right? Yeah, no. The 123 dream is dead. It's kind of a shame. Every time I've had a run in the last day or two where it's like, okay, if I clutch this nasty, then I'll get the minute barrier that I'm looking for. And I just like have had the worst coves and twilights, like on the runs where I need them to go well. Not what you want to see. So it looks like 124 land we're living in here. Unless loot has something to say about it. But yeah, I mean, not to like say I called it or anything, but like I think I was very wise to sense that today would not be as strong of a run day as the last 2 days. So I, you know, with going into it with that attitude, I don't feel too torn up about this run. Now, maybe if I miss credit skip, I might be a little upset, but overall right now it's just like, all right, like, whatever. Like, unsurprisingly, this run is not as good as today or as yesterday. Surprising nobody, you know. So I feel quite chill, you know, what with the expectations aligning with reality here. You love that eggs just so go away after Magicraft? Yeah. I thought you meant like eggs in real life. Would you say you feel less motivation or hunger to grind as long as I have record? That's like a tough question to answer, like, honestly, in a couple words. But, yeah, like, sure. Right now, even if I was, like, motivated, I can't get world record right now. I'm just not playing at that level. So, like, what do you want me to tell you? Like, oh, I'm unmotivated to go for world record. It's like, I physically can't, even if I was motivated. Like, I just have to keep playing until I'm at that level. And then we can talk about motivation in that regard. If we're just talking about world records specifically, you know what I mean? But I mean, you know, to give you a more broad, I think you were looking for a more broad answer of just like yes or no, like, and where my head has been with wanting world record lately, just in general. I think that's kind of more like what you were asking. I mean, yeah, who doesn't want to improve their PB in speedrunning, right? Like, but with all that said, you know, I mean, and I hate to sound self-deprecating here, but I'm kind of washed up compared to like when I got record in this category. Like, I'm still playing good and stuff, but I'm just not like, I'm not the man I used to be in this category. So, like, if the question is like, do I want another record in this category? Like, sure, like, yeah. But I'm not like fucking. That's not like my goal of what I'm doing. That's not like my main motivator. So you're asking about motivation. That's not my main motivator anymore. Like it perhaps used to be, maybe. I don't know. So yeah, without going on a whole ass tangent, there's like some chunk of that thought process for you. I hope it doesn't sound too wishy-washy for your taste. It's genuinely a tough question to answer like earnestly in the middle of a run, you know what I mean? I really have to get to the core of like my insecurities and my, you know, like, and all that to like really give you a straight answer about that. You know what I mean? GG. Yeah, so I'd rather not like dwell too much on like record right now, you know? It's just not like a good, after so many years of like grinding for record and getting my PB up and feeling bad about runs like this, like for me it's more about just like going into each run with a good attitude and like trying to get it done and hopefully entertaining you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that run. I would say all things considered, going into it with low expectations, I enjoyed it as much as I could have. I don't like hate myself right now. I don't like fucking, I'm not like super duper pissed. You know, thinking about my motivation for world record does make me feel, as I kind of point out, like a little insecure. But you know, whatever, like, I'm gonna do another run after this, and it's just not healthy for me to dwell on, you know what I mean? It's not healthy to dwell on, like, okay, can I get record now? Am I motivated to get record now? Like, I can get I'm like at 120, 121 level after yesterday. Today, after this run, I'm probably playing at like a 122-ish level on a good run. And every day's different. And yeah, I'd like to just get record, like, sure. You know, but it's not like my main motivator. It's really all I can say. I'm a different person every day. And I hope that's good enough for you. I mean, I hope that's good enough for you guys. You know, at times I feel like, you know, maybe that's not enough, maybe. Like, maybe I need to be like some, you know, hardcore grinder, or that's like always on, you know, speedruns for world record in the title and reset when it's not. You know, or maybe I gotta be this hardcore YouTuber. Like, I feel like this question just elicits all these things that like maybe I should be, but I'm not, because like, that's just reality. Like, I'm just not that guy right now. So like, to try to motivate myself to be something I'm not right now, it just seems kind of crazy. It just seems like a recipe for mental depression, really. So that's like my whole thoughts about all of that. But yes, to answer the question, like in like the super TLDR, it's like, yeah, sure, I would love to have to get another record in this game, like, but it's just not the main motivator anymore. So yeah, was there other questions that I'll answer some other questions. I think there was some other stuff. What's faster, going to the vortex with animations or pressing start to exit? They're about the same. If a level finishes right next to a vortex, it's generally like a couple frames faster to just jump into the vortex. But it really doesn't matter. How long did it take me to find the best routing? It's a community collaboration. I found like very, I have not found very much in this game, to be honest with you. Mostly what you see here is me copying what other people have found. Am I not completely burnt out? You guys are asking, and like, this is not your fault, I'm not upset or anything, but you guys are asking some like really deep emotional questions right now about like my motivation for world record. Am I burnt out? Like, I kind of just want to just chill and just enjoy the game. I'll go ahead and answer the question, but like, please be aware that asking me really deep emotional questions like this does affect my psyche on a grind like this. Just have some, you know, well, what's the word? Have some mercy on me, you know, is all I ask. About things that might be like emotionally touchy, you know, like burnout and things like that. But I'll go ahead and answer it. I mean, I'm a pretty open book. Am I burnt out from playing this game? I think I have a really good relationship with this game where I don't play it so much that I'm like hating it all the time. I only do, as of recently, like 2 runs a day. And before that, it was probably even less than that. And I'm like a full-time speedrun streamer, so... Again, like, to talk about insecurities, it's like, is that enough? Well, the way I do it helps prevent me from feeling more burnt out, so there's your answer. Oh, this should work. Beard, where you at? The first try. Beard said he'd give 10 for a first try Nestor on this run. Where you at, Beard? GG's, GG's. I just end the run now. I'm done. Go offline. Kidding. Alright, well, let's have a good run here. Let's try to improve a bit on that last run. I definitely got the feeling towards, like, Dreamweavers that, like, my level of focus was degrading a little bit. But, I think on this run... that may not be true, who knows? And thank you, Beard, for holding up your end of the- I knew you would hold up your end of the bargain, you always do, man. #1 drinking buddy in this whole chat. Fucking Beard. My Viking brethren. Yeah, the goat. You have to go into the vortex at the end of Nasty's loot, because that's what triggers the 120% ending cutscene, which is where time stops. If you exit level at the end, you don't get that cutscene. Which again is where the timing ends. Like that's what 120% is, right? Is you get that cutscene. Yeah, no problem. Hardest flight levels, probably, in terms of like catching the cycles for stuff, it's Wild Flight in Beastmakers. But in terms of like executing the optimal route, it would be Icy Flight, just for the pause exit. No, it doesn't lock out the cutscene forever. You just have to go back into the level and raise the height cap again and go through the vortex. You can collect everything in the game, including in loot, and not get the cutscene. I'm doing like the old route here. Let me see if I remember this. Like riding a bike. Might not catch this guy though. Unfortunate. Almost. Losing a few seconds here, but nothing too catastrophic. What made me start speedrunning Spyro? Well, I was interested in speedrunning in the early 2010s. I started watching GDQs, and I decided, I was like, I want to speedrun something. So let me flip through my booklet of PlayStation 1 CDs and just see what jumps out to me as like what could be a good speed game. And this game jumped out to me, you know, just flipping through the booklet. So I looked up a run of it on YouTube, and at the time there was one run by Crash41596 with a time of 2 hours and 6 minutes, I want to say. And so I studied and learned from that in 2013. And that's how I got started. At the time, I was a senior in high school, and would, you know, and this is such a vivid memory for me since it had such a cascading effect on the rest of my life. Is I was a senior in high school, and at the time, I had just sort of like gotten over my degenerate like era in high school of like skipping class, you know, as a sophomore and junior, you know, and dealing with like, you know, failing a class or two. I had to go to summer school one summer. And in senior year, I like kind of made like a promise to myself and of course my parents as well that it's like, hey, like I'm just gonna, you know, graduate, you know, like I'm gonna do good enough to graduate without needing to do any extra bullshit, just for my own, you know, just so I can go to college and shit, you know, and be good. And so in the midst of that, as a senior, you know, just chill, doing the bare minimum, not skipping class or anything. I found myself smoking weed more in the bathroom at school because I still had that like degen delinquent side to me, I guess you could say, that was really into weed, by the way. Like I've been really into weed ever since I was like, especially as a teenager. I would go on like 420chan and, you know, go like watch all sorts of weed related content and, you know, Normal, the website, all that. Just learn about weed, and so I definitely found myself smoking weed way more than I should have in high school. And the reason I bring it all up is because like when I picked up this game in 2013, what I would do is you know, I found that video of Crash playing the game, and I decided, I was like, all right, I have a fuck around class at the end of my school day every other day. It's like it's a speech and debate class, but everyone just goes there and just fucks around and talks to each other and just, you know, and I would just sit on my phone and watch this run. So I would get stoned on one side of the school during passing period, walk over to the speech and debate class, learn the Spyro, like watch a level. Like I like vividly remember watching Crash play Dark Hollow on this YouTube video. I wasn't even watching a live stream. I was just watching a YouTube video playing it over and over with my headphones in, all stoned as hell. Like, it's a miracle school security didn't just, like, fucking pick me up and whisk me out of there. Yeah, I would, like, watch Dark Hollow, and then I would close my eyes and see if I remember the route he took through the level. Like, visualize the general route in my head. And I'd watch the level as many times as I could to do that. And I methodically went through the whole game doing that, basically. And then after school, it would be the last period of the day after school, I'd skate home and then play. And then maybe learn a couple more levels. And over the course of like a month or two, I learned the whole route that way. And of course, at that time as well, I started to explore, you know, setting up game capture and get into live streaming, you know. Just, oh god damn it, just to see if I could do it. You know, just to see if it was like possible. Ugh, so bad. I lose like 10 seconds here. Yeah, I watched Custom Grow 420. What up, YouTube? What's up, Knucklehead? How are the runs going? Pretty alright. I mean, this one kind of went downhill for a moment, but we're still in this. First run today was a 124, so notably worse than my runs the last few days, which I think is to be expected. You can't be playing your best like every fucking day, and I had a sense that today would be a little worse than previous days. Just based off of experience, knowing myself type of thing. But that doesn't mean we still can't get a pretty decent run here. I did get kind of a subpar 124 earlier today. I'm on my second run right now, and I would like to shoot for a 122. I think I can do that, but we'll have to see how many fuck-ups I have, really. And no matter how many I have, I'm chilling. I'm really not expecting to 122 this. Is it more fun learning the route or running it? Definitely running it. I find route learning very tedious and boring. Some people are the opposite. Some people like learning the strats and just focusing on little parts of levels more than even doing full runs of the game. But I'm not like that. I'm like, I just want to like learn the stuff that I need so I can do runs, tweak what I need to, you know, and become like this well-oiled machine of muscle memory that I can play the game and talk to you guys and, you know, do all that. That's just how I am. Oops, missed the red. Missed him. You envy my... Yeah, you were complaining about your OSSC yesterday. So what's like the issue with your OSSC? Because like, are you sure it's the OSSC? Because you said you had 2 of them. Because with my game capture, my OSSC, I use line 4x deinterlacing. So if you are specifically trying to play Spyro 1, I recommend switching your OSSC from the default line 2x to line 4x in the settings. And I'm also playing via a component. There's different types of OSSCs that are like SCART, component, or composite input. So I'm using specifically a component input OSSC on line 4x deinterlacing. So that's probably the reason why my OSSC looks different than yours. Not that yours are like bad or something. But that's just like my guess, I don't know. Maybe I'm off. Nerd! Yeah, right. True. Do I ever play Spyro 3? Yeah, I've played a ton of Spyro 3 throughout my life. I speedran 117% a couple years ago, so you can check out those runs on my channel if you're curious. People who like routing would like making tasks. Yeah, there's definitely some overlap there for sure. The specific reason I play the PS2 version over the PSX is because on a PS2 you can select fast disk speed in the PS2 home menu, and that actually makes this game load faster on the dragons and level transitions. Like here, for example. Spyro, on the PSX version, he'll spend a little bit more time right here before the level loads. I mean, this is still the PlayStation 1 version. This is still the disc of a PlayStation 1 game. Just on a PS2, backwards compatible. With fast dick speed enabled. Was Reignited a one and done? Yeah, I played through all 3 Reignited games. I made a couple videos about Reignited. If you're asking if I'm interested in speedrunning the games, not really. They are cool speedruns, but just not for me. I'm too, you know, too spoiled by the originals, you could say. Is there a proxy or time save that I'm most proud of finding? Not really. I mean, probably. I would say when people ask me like, oh, what have you found in this game? I would say like the number one like route change that I found in this category happened many years ago in Twilight Harbor. I found my own version of the single death abuse route, which there were other versions of a single death abuse route. And keep in mind, top runners at the time were doing a double death abuse route there. But my single death abuse route has become, I like to imagine, the standard in terms of risk versus reward. And about roughly an average of about 4 seconds of time save compared to a double death abuse. So that's like the one thing, you know, my supercharge in Twilight Harbor is like, I guess you could say like my own thing that I found. But besides that, I mean, really not much. There might be some little stuff. Like in this level, for example, I'm going for something called the TAS route, which first of all, really no one goes for because it requires some tricky jumps. But I'm also incorporating like some routing details from other runners as well. Like this start is not what you would see in the TAS. Normally I go for that triple, which like I sort of I don't want to say I came up with it, but like I'm the only one that really does it. Then there's this turnaround coming up here, which Saboom found. You know, instead of killing that guy first, you can go up here and then do like a turnaround, which is just about as fast, but it's kind of fun, you know, like. So you can kind of see how from moment to moment, like you're taking inspiration and taking cues from other players and other runs and tasks and whatnot. It's not like okay, this is my level now. You know, I died because no one else was doing it exactly like me. I'm like, you're fusing stuff from other players, you know. So I really can't, even in Twilight Harbor, I can't like take credit for much, you know. Oh, I found that you can jump here to flame charge that guy and then fail that, of course. I found, quote unquote, that you can do this boost by aiming further to the right and not rubbing on the wall as much to make it more consistent. So it's like, did I find, like, sure, these are things that maybe are like little hallmarks, little optimizations that are maybe slightly unique to me, but like, do you guys see how it's like kind of a stretch for me to be like, oh, I found this, I found that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have that much hubris about such things. What's up, Match Cell? I found that you can charge flame off like that instead of doing what the task does. You know, so I could take credit for a lot, but I just don't feel like it's really fair, you know? That's just how I feel about it. And that was pretty bad. Probably not saving much time here at all, if at all. I was supposed to save like 20 seconds here, but probably not happening. Yeah. What's up, Marathon? Thanks for the good luck. At least we're in the green now. We are green. You found out that you can make trivial comments in live stream. Hey, man. You basically found that strat. You're basically the inventor of that strat, right? No one's ever done it before you. That's the problem with claiming a strat in speedrunning. So you never know if someone found something before you and you're just doing it maybe a slightly different way or something. It's like, I found this, I found that. It's just like, this is all just a big group effort here, you know? It's quite a lack of humility to take a lot of credit for stuff. Unless it's like a really big trick that's like blew open the door for something. Yo, NG Plus, how you doing? Tuval found this route, but I'm the only one that, or I'm one of the few people that does it in runs. So who's really like the So whose strat is it? You guys see what I'm saying here? Like or in other words, if not for me, people wouldn't even really be doing this strat. You know, but it's like that's like it's wrong for me to take credit. There's like endless examples of this, you know? It's like I could try to force my way into taking credit for stuff, but it's like it just feels wrong. Anyways, I think I've made my point. Also, as another layer to this discussion, what does it matter who found what? It's like it's been found, something's been found, something's known about. Like, that's great. Like, why do we have to have a big head over who found what, you know what I mean? It's very common in speedrunning that people get a really big head about that. Like, especially if like if like there's like some drama or something and like, you know, maybe someone's runs get kicked off a leaderboard or something. It's like, well, I found this and I found that. You know, I'm such an important figure in this game, you know, so you can't ban me, you know? You see that a lot when it comes to controversial figures in speedrunning, and I'm not gonna name names or talk too much about it, but it's just like, you see that type of hubris come out, especially with people who may be less than savory at times. So I just find it to be pretty tasteless to be so absorbed with what you have or haven't found, what you have or haven't contributed to a game's speedrun history. Like, it's great to be proud of yourself, and it's even greater to contribute something in my mind to this big picture here, but it's really not all about the, you know, you and you found this, I found that. It's about the game is now lifted up. The game is now better. Like, there's really no need to credit people like to such a degree, to put people like, you know, people put Tuval on a really big pedestal with this game because he found several like really major tricks like credit skip, even routes now he'll still share and stuff, you know, rat proxy. But it's like, you know, he barely runs the game, you know, so it's like, and yet everyone talks about him like he's this god, you know, this figure that like changed, you know. It's like, there are no gods in this. Like, I'm not a god for having world record. Tuval's not a god for finding tricks and stuff. It's just the game, we're all just contributing our little bit, big or small, to this game becoming what it is today. It's the beautiful thing about speedrunning is that it's so much bigger than yourself. And when you get, like, caught up in I found this, they found that, you know, then you're really taking away from that big picture and just making it about yourself. That's kind of like how I view it. Man, I feel like I could have such a big head about like, oh, you know, through my stream over the years, I've introduced so many people to this game. So this game wouldn't be this, and I got record with all these strats, and so this game would not be the same without me. So just for that alone, you better show me some respect, you know? That's like the implication of bringing things like that up. That's the problem with all this ego and hubris, is that it's like, nobody deserves any like special treatment or respect or anything just because they, you know, are good at a video game or found something new in a video game. Or have a popular stream or something, you know? But we really do, like, it's just our tendency to put people on pedestals over matters like this. And I just don't think that's really what speedrunning's all about, personally. But, you know, TLDR for everything I'm saying. Whether you agree with some things I'm saying or disagree, I think is totally fair. But I think the TLDR is just have some goddamn humility, you know? No matter what it is. Be humble. Even if something would fall apart without some project or whatever would fall apart without your help, be humble. Don't walk around like you're fucking like you're a big shot just because you helped, you know? Like you deserve special treatment. You deserve more respect than someone else. You talk about me, Rock Sensation? Right. I mean, that's actually the other side of it, is that it's like, I'm talking about like people putting like gamers on pedestals and stuff. But you know, there's definitely another side to it, like that kind of troll comment you shared, that it's like, you know, on one end it's like, oh, I've done all this for the game and so much bigger than myself and blah blah blah, all this hubris. But then on the other side of it, it's like, dude, I've totally wasted my life just playing this fucking game instead of like working on, you know, doing something else. Now, I don't have any regrets about that. I fucking think this is a life well lived for me. This is what I truly believe, this is what I was put on the earth to do. At least for the time being. Oh my god, can I have this? But yeah, just, it's kind of like, I think that's why I think having a lot of hubris is like kind of silly, because it's like in the same way you can have a lot of hubris about something, you could feel just as worthless about it as well. Like both interpretations of anything are valid. Whether it's video games, it's really common to have that attitude, actually. Either a lot of hubris because you're good or special at a game, or a lot of worthlessness and insecurity because you're bad at a game, or you know, you don't spend as much time as someone else at a game, or that you spend too much time at a game, you know. So it goes both ways. Rock Sensation, you have to try harder to troll, man. It's too obvious. Do I ever run Spyro high? Performance dehancer? Basically, yeah. Smoking weed and playing Spyro for me is basically a performance dehancer. You're coding with AI right now and trying to fix some errors, and it said, I give up. The AI said, I give up. That's funny. Look at people like the SpongeBob guy. Are you talking about, what's his name? Shift. You're talking about Shift, right? You seem like, for someone who really doesn't like what we do, you seem like quite a fan, Rock Sensation. Are you sure you don't like speedruns? Are you sure? I'm sensing some projection here. Oh man. Funny. It's funny how much you could be a hater, you know? It's just so funny. Like, this person does something else? Like, and it's not what I would do with my life? Well, I guess they must be wasting their life. Wow. But I do respect it, you know, that, and I really do, like, understand. I think if anything, I've shared that exact attitude with people before. And if anything, most people, try to talk me out of that way of thinking. Like what you're saying, Rock. About how, oh, it's such a waste of life and whatever. I've shared that sensation because it's like, yeah, like, I'm just sitting here playing a fucking game. Like, what am I doing? It's no more a waste of life than it is a good use of life. It's like no more one or the other. And again, it's also a question of like who you are, you know? For you, it's probably a waste of life. For me, this has given my life so much value and purpose that you would never understand, you know? And that's kind of like the beauty of it. I know I'm certainly not getting through to you on it, but it's just interesting how that all is. But yeah, the fucking level of hater is hilarious. I gotta give you that. How will I buy food in 80 years without a massive 401k? I do have a Roth IRA. So even though I don't have an employer with a 401k, I do have my own self-funded savings. It's funny too with when we start talking about money as well, because it's like, I think there's a much better argument that it's like, okay, you know, I'm just wasting my life if there weren't a bunch of people supporting me and throwing money at me, right? Like, the argument would make more sense, right? It's like, well, you know, it's like you're sitting here playing this game over and over, you're wasting your life, but then people want to see it. So it's like, is doing what people want to see and people support you for a waste of life? Again, it's for you to decide. For some people, the answer might be yes, honestly. Dude, the fact that the rock guy hasn't gotten banned yet is pretty funny. He's just trolling. So, you know, Ken, if you could take care of the, if you could take out the trash, please, I would appreciate it. This guy's funny. Freak. You freak. Meanwhile, he's like sitting there watching the stream, like looking at his phone. Freak. Why would you waste your life playing a game? Proceeds to waste his life watching live streamers and YouTube videos about people he doesn't like. Dr. Feelgood, thank you for the 100, pardon me. Dr. Feelgood 160, thank you for the super chat. For the Roth, this will be 550 in 10 years, dude. When the AI bubble bursts, it'll be 10 cents. I'll be sure to put that $5 right into my Roth. Thank you, sir. Yeah, that guy's not gonna convince me he isn't a fan. But yeah, y'all make the trolling too obvious sometimes. Too obvious. Yo, Westers, thank you for the good luck. Oh shit, that's pretty bad. Luckily I can just take the kiss here. Probably gonna lose like another 10, 15 here. Oh, come on, Blue Gem. Work with me. You think the guy trolling me was a chomo? That's like a random correlation, but alright. Yeah, the level music in High Caves chips skips like crazy on this disc. I actually just ordered a new disc in the mail. It'll be coming soon. Coming soon. Yeah, this is the third disc I'm on right now. I went through all of my old discs, and this is like the best one of them all. The one I was playing on before was even worse. The music would just cut out entirely, and the dragons would take like a few extra seconds to load. Yeah, every copy is personalized. So this is like the good copy that I have. Yo, Diego, dude, I'm glad to have you here, man. Any chance for another trifecta in the future? I don't know. I mean, you know, when we're talking about trifecta, I really need to spend more time in Spyro 2 and especially Spyro 3 before I even consider doing a trifecta run. Because I haven't really touched those speedruns in like years at this point. So maybe if I do go on a Spyro 2 and or Spyro 3 grind, then I can talk more about trifecta at that point, but for now, I'm happy with my, what is it, like a 650 or something that I have in trifecta. I'm happy with the time I got in that. And I don't really have much desire to improve it anytime soon. You wouldn't expect high caves to be resource intensive. Well, maybe it's not that it's like a complicated level that takes a lot of resources. Maybe it's not that, but it's just that the data for that particular level is stored on a part of the disk that's more prone to scratches and stuff. So it might not even be that the level is like complicated at all, you know. Yeah, right, Andy? Well, I mean, dude, talk about, like, totally different experience. And also, that was my first time doing Hallowed Sepulchre. Like, if I had as much time in Hallowed Sepulchre as I did in this game, I mean, forget it. I'd be doing that shit with my eyes closed. What's up, Saboom? How you doing, man? Welcome, welcome. Last time I played through this game without using any proxies, you're asking specifically, is, I don't know, many years ago. There's not a lot of proxies in this game, so it's not like it's like a hard task to do that. It just makes the run more boring. So I've opted not to just do a boring run. That's okay, guys, I'm gonna do 120% challenge run with no proxies. It's like, that's not interesting. So I haven't done that in a long time, if ever. Since my casual days, perhaps. I was actually thinking about making a video about, like, can I play Spyro casually? Exploring that, what it means, what the takeaway is from such a question. Because I get asked it a lot, you know, similarly to what you were asking. I think it's an interesting topic for a video. How hard is it to do damageless? Well, I've done damageless and sparksless, like damageless sparksless 120%. It's not that it's like super hard. There are some sections that are kind of hard, but it's more so that you just have to go really slowly. Like you just have to wait, you know, like for enemies to do their attacks and then just go do, like obviously in the speedrun I'm not like waiting for anything, so I'll take damage more often. But if I were to just slow things down, I could pretty easily do a damageless run. Might take me a couple attempts, but it's not like Dark Souls no hit or something. Yeah, chargeless any percent is a miscellaneous category. And I think the record for it is sub 1 hour now, isn't it? It's in either in the low 1 hours or sub 1 hour. Yeah, I think it's kind of an interesting category. Even if again it is like more of a slower watch. The fastest way to move without charging is to jump and glide. So you just see Spyro jumping and gliding everywhere. And before anyone asks, no, you can't beat the game without flaming. Nor gliding. Because of Nasty Nork, basically. Glideless is technically doable on PAL. Glideless is like, that's a complicated one to answer. It's like, it's technically possible on NTSC TAS or PAL, like, you know, single segment. But it's, you know, for the sake of discussion, it's basically not practical or worth calling a speedrun category. Yeah, NG Plus is his life mission is to figure out glideless. If you do want to actually try glideless, try it on PAL, because as you guys may know, Spyro jumps higher on the PAL version. Like many other games of the era. Yo, Fierce Beers, thanks for the good luck. The reason there's a discrepancy between NTSC and PAL movement is that PAL runs at a slower frame rate, and therefore the devs compensate for that by raising Spyro's charge speed and jump height, which you'd think would make it better for speedruns, but the load times are so much worse that it's not better for speedruns, amongst other details. Oops. Ooh, I am not getting God Cycle here. Rip. Thanks for the good luck, Espion. Good to see you. Not good. Certainly a cycle behind here. Yeah, and a lot of people do consider PAL like an entirely different game. Supernova. Same thing with Japanese, you know? It's like, Japanese really is like an entirely different game. For Spyro 1. So, totally separate, like, leaderboard and all that. I'm glad you liked that playthrough, Abe. What makes the Japanese version so different? You know, this is for your benefit, is just look it up. Look it up. I'm not even going to try to explain it to you. Look it up and you'll understand. Just watch like 2 seconds of gameplay from the Japanese version and you'll understand. This is really bad. And I have to get the green as well. Unfortunate. Definitely not saving time here. Still green though. Just barely. Is it random that the green fell? Yes, that is random. One of the few examples of RNG in this game is where gems fall when they don't home in. The boar was the bane of your existence. Dude, that boar has scared all of us as kids. The jump scare boar. Even as an adult, I got scared by that a few times relearning this game. I charge jump often because, so now let's clarify what charge jump means. Charge jumps means you do a charging jump. So Spyro just jumping while charging. Right? The reason I'll do that is to, after hitting an enemy, is to flame charge, which is charging through a gem's spawn point after flaming an enemy or a box. Like hopefully these two boxes here. So the jump isn't the important part of it, it's charging with the right timing and spacing to make the gems home in before they pop into the air. Yeah, I actually explained that strat in some detail. Or the difference between charge jumping and jump charging and so on in my latest video. So check that out if you want. The 5 most annoying tricks in Spyro 1. Slow there. Oops. Oh my god! I only pooped my pants a little bit there. No, the flight level, just in general, the flight levels are really not that bad. Like, once you learn where to go and how to get everything, like, even as a casual player, you can do them pretty easily. It's just what makes them hard is when you're playing them for the first time, trying to beat them for the first time. The timer can be a problem, you know. They're hard your first few times through, but once you figure out a route or learn a route through them, they become very trivial. Unless you're going for some, like, crazy strats. Hello? That was some bullshit. Is there a strategic reason while I flame while gliding? No, if you ever see me flaming like in mid-air for no reason, it's just for fun. Like there's no speed purpose to that. Like there, for example. Just feels good. I think there's, you know, and anytime someone asks that, it's like, it's kind of an interesting discussion. Why do so many speedrunners do that then if it's pointless? And I think there's like some like weird subconscious like wanting to press buttons to feel like you're going faster psychology happening there. Gaming psychology. Like if you can press a button just as a fidget in between sections, like you're gonna do that. Like why? There's some like innate part of our psychology that like wants to do that, wants to fidget to help feel like we're improving our APM or something. But practically speaking, it's not helpful. Exactly, Storing Stones, exactly. It's like you are telling your brain that I'm ready for the next thing that I have to do. By doing an unnecessary button press. Especially when there's a visual response from it, like a gliding in mid, or like flaming in midair for no reason. It's just stimulating. No, I don't get finger cramps or like hand pain really, thankfully. Only if I've been practicing like supercharged strats for a while does my thumb start to get a little tired from holding square so much. But in normal gameplay, that doesn't really happen. Hello. What's up, Squilliam? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good today, man. Like, I'm only a little bit behind these splits. My first run today was a 124, and I went in into today knowing that my runs weren't going to be quite as strong as they have been in the past couple days. So I think overall the expectations, the attitude, the just level of engagement I have with the game is really, really healthy. So yeah, I'd say I'm doing pretty good. What about yourself, man? How are you guys doing? Is everyone in the chat doing good? I hope so. Happy Wednesday. If not, that's alright. I'm here for you. I'm here to provide some kind of relaxation from the madness of life. Oops. Get around. Seasonal depression, yeah, you know, my girlfriend gets that seasonal affect disorder during the winter, which is kind of interesting because I actually have the opposite effect. I actually love the winter and fall months. I love when it's cold outside, and I feel like more energized. I just generally feel more motivated on these months. It's weird. I feel like there's not many people like me in this regard. Most people are the opposite. Getting comfy while watching. Dude, welcome, David. And Hepodix, thank you for the good luck. All right, keeping up pretty well with these splits. I'll take it. 121able. Yeah, right, Kuka? I hear that. I have like a very mild pollen allergy. But yeah, I definitely hear that. Yeah, and I'm not big. I prefer like a cold day than a hot day. Or what is it? Like I run hot, so I prefer when it's cold. Generally. So for a lot of those reasons, it makes sense. I don't like when there's a lot of bugs around either. So that's another, you know, all these reasons point me towards just generally enjoying winter more. And then on top of all that, I'm from California where it doesn't snow. And so whenever it snows, that's like a magical experience to me. I'll never not be like enchanted by snow. Even when it's inconvenient and, you know, whatnot. So yeah, there's a lot of things that a lot of preferences that I have and just general lifestyle things that even though, like, the days are shorter in the winter, like, all those other things more than make up for that to me. The amount of treasures in the billions, maybe? I don't know. If I do... If we'll just say I've done one run a day, on average, for the last 10 years, and there's 14,000 gems in one run, then how many gems is that? Any mathematicians here? $51 million? Anyone can confirm that number? I'm definitely not doing the math. At least 2. It's around 51 million. So let's be generous and say I've collected maybe 30 or 40 million gems over my time speedrunning. At least. We'll just say in the tens of millions. Definitely not billions, but tens of millions of gems I've collected. Now keep in mind, that's like the gem value. Like, you know, that's including, like, you know, a gold is 10, you know, and so on. If we're talking about gem objects, there's only, I believe, I want to say 1,500 gem objects in the game. Like physical gems. So whatever the math is there over 10 years, one run a day for 10 years. Obviously a much smaller number in terms of the physical gems collected. But yeah, the value is somewhere in the tens of millions. of gems that I've collected in my life. Yeah, like okay, so we'll say like 500,000 physical gems I've collected in my life. Just being generous here. Oh, God, I almost had that too. Oh, 5.5 million gem objects? I thought someone said, yeah, I think I misread it. Yeah. So a couple million gem objects or tens of millions of gems value. There's your answer. Thank you, Waxy. You're the dude. You're one of the goats of this chat, man. It's always great to see you. It's kind of crazy to think that if these gems were real life dollars, like the value of these gems equated to real life dollars, if I was collecting real life money at this rate, I would only be like, and this is after like a decade of like one run a day, I would only be, like, you would think I would be like, you know, like someone said earlier, like a billionaire, you know, but no, I'm only like a tens of millionaire, a seven-figure heir. I mean, which is still would be a ton of money, but not as much as you'd think, you know, seeing these gems fly by and get collected. Like, again, equating it to real money, if this was like $3 right there, or $6 down here, it's like, seems like a lot of money, and it is a lot of money. But compared to like the scope of wealth in today's day and age, it's really, it's barely anything for how much it is. Like, I'm like the equivalent, after all these gems, if all of these gems that I've collected over my life were saved as real dollars, I would be like the equivalent of like a successful, like, businessman. Or like a really well-paid lawyer. Or something, you know? Maybe a little echelon above that. Maybe we'll say like a successful business owner. You know? Capitalist. Someone who cashed in on the crypto boom early, you know? Something like that. Which is to say, not like, you know, the tippy top echelon of wealth, but like the upper end. Just, I mean, it's just interesting comparisons. And really puts wealth in real life into perspective. Yeah, it really puts being a billionaire into perspective. Like, a billionaire is so far off from what we're talking about right now. Even a 100 millionaire is far off from what we're talking about. And the fact that some people just get that, you know, from a couple of key choices they make through their life. You know, it's a crazy thought. Only 71,000 runs to go before I'm a billionaire. Spyro billionaire. Is Jock Music still copyright? No, I remember getting a copyright, like, claim a while back for that, but that was like back when Stuart Copeland re-released the music. Pretty much any copyright claims that you get from this game, or more commonly from Spyro 2 and 3, those can all be disputed as fair use, and your monetization will be restored via escrow. So as long as you're on top of your YouTube channel, you don't lose any money, even if you do get claimed for the, you know, false claimed for music like this, in-game music. It is annoying to have to fucking dispute every claim, especially if you're like, you know, getting claimed every day on every video, but at least there is, at least it isn't an actual problem, you know, so to speak. It's all just bots, you know, just at the end of the day. Just fighting the robot army. But luckily in this game, I've not had to deal with it at all, really, recently. It is more of a problem in Spyro 2 and 3. Yeah, it can take a month, you know, if they don't do anything, and then you automatically win the dispute. But again, if it's just the whole point of it is that you can have the whole reason we dispute is so we can have monetization on the video back, right? So since monetization on a copyright claim, when you dispute it, it comes on escrow. That means you're gonna, if you win the dispute, it doesn't matter how long they take to resolve it. You still get the money that would have been made during that time. So again, it doesn't matter really in my mind if it's like if the dispute settles in like a day or a month or whatever, a week. Copyright abuse is only like really fucking annoying when oh, hold on, I fucked this up. Wait, did I not get all the gems? And yeah, no, I didn't get all the gems. I did the Woglide route again in I'm like, this is not right. I have to go back to Dreamweavers after this level. I can kiss that 122 goodbye, I think. We'll see how well I can recover this. That's what I get for not paying attention. Yeah, no good runs for me today. If I'd have been paying attention, this could have been a 122, I think. But alas. Meeting the expectations with flying colors today. That's correct, 6-7. That worked, okay. You love Stuart Copeland? Dude, everybody loves Stuart Copeland in the Spyro community. I've in my 10 years of speedrunning this game, I haven't seen one Stuart Copeland hater. Okay. Go to Dreamweavers. Yeah, for Spyro 3, Jared, Sunny Villa gets copyright struck a lot, as well as sometimes the Lost Fleet music. Again, it's all just, like, erroneous copyrights from, like, shitty remixes and stuff. Not this way, but this way. I might have triggered cannon glitch right there. We shall see. Yep, cannon glitch. It's because I ran up close to that area before coming this way, making the fodder behind them, making the cannon lock on to the fodder behind them. There was fodder down on the ground there. The 2 chest? Are you talking about the one that I'm gonna collect after Lofty? Don't get too ahead of yourself, Rock Rigo. I'm aware that I have things to collect still. Bro's hit me with the ... like I don't know that that's there. I know I did space the route. I mean, I had a good reason for fucking up this Dreamweavers, if you guys don't mind me being defensive for once, because there's 2 different homeworld routes for this, for Dreamweavers. So I did the wrong homeworld route that happened to make me completely exit it before I was supposed to. So it's understandable. I don't know. I'm probably not putting up a good defense here. I'll admit I wasn't paying much attention. I'll never beat the, washed, what's it called, accusations. Allegations, right? Would I be interested in learning Volcano? No. Sorry. I'm actually not gonna play Spyro, or I'm not gonna play RuneScape today. I decided. I've been playing it a lot lately. Gridmaster's done. I do appreciate all my RuneScape homies in the chat that are offering to do raids with me, or like Volcano, like you said. Big shout Rasmius or Iron Magni in the YouTube chat who helped me out with some stuff. But, you know, I just don't feel like playing RuneScape today. That's pretty much that. But big thank you for all the offers. Oh, come on. Could never get into RuneScape's too boring. Yeah, I mean, and I'll tell you what, that sentiment is true for every MMO. Every MMO is boring until you like get really into it and invest a bunch of hours and then start like developing your own goals for your character and build and everything and start playing with other players. And MMOs are like this gradient of like enjoyment that, you know, at any point during that journey, like you could just be stricken with boredom and feel like the whole thing is pointless, which it is. And RuneScape is no different. Oops. What's up, time traveler? The room's geometry makes no sense. Yeah, it looks bigger than it is. I have a funky design. Oh my god, dude. 2 runs I've done that now. Very nice. At least I didn't have to exit level this time to do that. Oh, close. Almost had him. I've done Dark Passage. I've done every Dreamweaver's level now. Now I just gotta finish cleaning up the homeworld. And exit Dreamweavers. I don't know why it says I'm that far behind. I don't think I'm that far behind, right? Plus 5 minutes? That can't be accurate, right? I think it has to do with, like, Cove and stuff. Just scoot up to there. I do think I'm a couple minutes behind. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be... I don't know, we'll see. Maybe like 2 or 3 minutes behind, I'm guessing. Drop my controller. But that death was intentional, despite the dropped controller. It was a good time to drop the controller. 2 minutes behind, roughly. This run is 123able. Let's see if we can get the 123 on this. Did I get all those? I think so. Yeah, I've got all 4 greens. What's up, Brock and Yeah Boy? Thanks for the good lucks. See if we can clutch out this 123 with a Dreamweaver's revisit. Making an 8-egg omelet. Damn, that's massive. Enjoy. Bro's hitting his protein today. I can't hit my protein. 42 eggs. 5 kilograms of steak. Yeah, I'm gonna go out for Mexican food tonight before getting groceries. Might share some fajitas. You know, I'm when those fajitas come out sizzling, ooh. You know, make a white boy have a little motion. Nothing wrong with that. But yeah, maybe some Mexican little marg, maybe some ceviche as well if I'm feeling spicy. Alright, barely 123able. Can we clutch it? The answer is yes. Yes, I can clutch it. Because I believe this loot does have a little bit of time save in it. You know, I still got to do it. Still got to finish strong here. Spanish omelet? I can't say I've ever had one of those. Ooh, barely hitting them. Oh no. Ooh, give me that. A little sloppy. Hopefully still 123. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. Yo, that's actually kind of a sick time. Dot 69.
You've defeated Ganasty Gnorth,
I wouldn't have had it any other way.
saved all the dragons, and recovered every bit of treasure in the Dragon Kingdom.
Almost
How
a
do
1,
you
2, 3,
feel?
4, 5, but we'll take 5, 4. That were a little dyslexic, you know, sequence there.
certainly wouldn't want to spend the rest of my dragon days butting heads with nasty Nork and
GG's,
his weird
everybody.
minions.
What's a minion?
Never mind. You know what they say. For every good battle, you need a good adversary. And I've
Alrighty,
got
guys.
the
Well,
best
I think that's gonna pretty much do it for me today. No long RuneScape after party for me today. I gotta go out with my beautiful girlfriend once she gets done with work here. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the stream, please, before you go, consider dropping a sub, or if you have a Twitch Prime, if you're watching on YouTube, the link to my Twitch is down below. Feel free to hit me with your Prime sub before you go on your way. But I'm gonna find someone to raid right now, and I just want to say thanks everybody for watching the run. Say really proud in reflection, in conclusion, I'm really proud of my attitude today, because I knew runs were gonna be not as good as they were in previous days, and I really kept shit positive. Like, I did not like go into like terminal like speedrunner mode, like hyper depressed, you know, self-talk the whole time or anything. And for that, I'm actually super happy, because again, on days in the past that have been like this, where I've been playing good, these are usually the hardest days of them all, where you're playing good the days leading up to it, and then it's like, all right, now the expectations are set high. Like, I kept mentioning it today because it's such a common folly, you know, it's like you're playing good for a few days, and then it's like, all right, I'll get on the next day, and now we're gonna play even better. But that's just not how it works, right? That's not how our brains and bodies work. Like, so I pre-expecting that, like, I don't know, it just shows, I think it just shows a lot of experience and wisdom on my part to have been ready for that before it struck, you know? So yeah, and overall the runs, like, you know, runs could have definitely been worse than this even, so all things considered, I'm really happy with how stream went today, and hope you guys are as well. Hope you guys are all having a chill Wednesday. Find someone to raid here while I finish up my thoughts. Hope the work week isn't battering you guys too hard. I'll go ahead and raid Jordy. Oh, Jinja Swag raided him. I'll hit him with the double raid. Oh, and he's on pace as well for a 122. Very nice, very nice. This raid button. Everyone get in this raid. Hype up the homie Jordy. He's currently the second best active player right now in this category. He's been grinding for a 122, which is pretty wild to say, because back in 2018, that would have been like some god tier shit. But, you know, got 100 people to hype him up. Hopefully we don't make him too nervous. He's in Bog right now, I think, so send your spinners his way. Show some love in the chat, and yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I'm definitely going to be online tomorrow. We'll see what happens. And until then, I just want to say I love you guys. It's been a very fun stream chilling with you guys. The vibes were immaculate today. And all things considered, I'm happy. So, love you guys. See you tomorrow. Have a great evening. And smoke weed every day. Kiss men. And hype up for Jordy's run. Cheers, guys. Peace.